Boom! Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold stream. On today's stream, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are going to be looking at what I believe to be the best decks of the upcoming format, post-Banlist. Now, prior to doing that, what we are going to do is actually take a look at the ban list. We're going to go through it really quick. I've already done a video about this, but I'm just going to quickly talk about this. First things first, Drytron Halqifibrax is gone, so all of the Halqifibrax enabled combos are now dead. However, this doesn't stop things that can utilize Auroradon through the Galaxy Tomahawk. Galaxy Tomahawk, for some reason, is still legal. It's also legal in the OCG for some reason. Like, that's absurd to me. The OCG just doesn't care about combo cards, though. Next up, we have Water Enchantress of the Temple Limited. I am a bit torn on this one. I understand why people don't like this card, but in all reality, I really do like it because it does help against Floodgates and a lot of other cards that are problematic to deal with through monster effects by allowing you to use Draco back to bounce cards, which is very, very helpful. However, though, the Adventure Engine is being played in everything, so it does make sense to limit something there. I would have liked to have seen the ban of Griffin Rider, as they did in the OCG. I think that's a little bit better of a hit, but all in all, still a very fine hit. Rivalry and Gozen being limited to 2 is a step in the right direction, but realistically, Floodgates are absolutely insane in a best-of-1 format because you can't really prepare for every single one, and if your deck can play through them, through various different means, it makes it significantly... What is happening? Oh, my stream's fine. Yeah, if your deck can play through things like Rivalry and Gozen, like Eldritch can, it makes it so much easier for you to have a significant advantage because your opponent just won't have the out or won't have a sided deck to potentially contest to that. As for the rest of the semi-limits, things like the ABC going back, the Trish, the Regeki, Light Stage, Double Iris and Spiral Quick Fix are all fine. The things that I might have issues with are things like the Zenmaity, which could potentially wind up to just being another kind of spam the field with a bunch of Link monsters type of deck. Red Reboot, which can totally shut down the entirety of a lot of control decks and basically just allow you to win the game on the spot with a single card activation while going second. Pankratops, which is a ban-worthy card. I genuinely don't know why this came off of the list at all. This is absolutely insane. Going second has an inherent advantage in best of ones just because you can't prepare for the cards that they are willing to slap down, and Pankratops is one of those cards that can literally contest an entire board almost by itself. And then the Orchest Harpour. Orchest is still crazy. They have access to Harpour as well as the Gearsu Mech Knight, which kind of makes them a very strong combo deck. But with so many other powerful combo decks, it's not the worst thing. All in all, solid list. Also, Beginning of the End, which wasn't doing anything because you need to banish like 7 darks, which like only one deck can really do to draw 3, is not doing anything, and Harmonizing Magician is totally fine. Pendulum, like all of the Pendulum cards can come off. Pendulum got slightly buffed. Let's go. So, this is the list. This is what we had for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and here is what we are going to do today. I am going to rank all of the decks that are currently here. I don't think it's every deck, but it's basically all of the ones that are worth noting. And we're basically going to predict what post-ban list is going to be the best decks. Now, the ban list doesn't go into effect until September 30th, so we still have a lot of time. I just realized how freaking hot it is in my room, so I'm going to turn on the fan very quietly. It's fine. I'm just gonna die if I don't. Anyway, screaming at you. Okay. So, first things first, we have ABC. ABC could have its cards come back to 3, and it would be no problem, realistically. I'm gonna put it in Rogue. It didn't get that big of a buff. It's not really all that powerful, and in all reality, yeah, it's just not great. ABC, yeah, the cards could come back to 3. Nothing would change. So, sad to see that they're even still limited. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Abyss Actor is Rogue. I'm not really going to go over that one. They're not really doing anything. Cool. Adamancipator is tier 1. Adamancipator received no hits. It's just not being played because it's slow. People don't like how slow it is. People don't like to play against it. And so, yeah, just overall, I think a lot of people have dropped it. It's still one of the best decks. You can still do the Block Dragon shenanigans. It's a little bit weak to hand traps, but in all reality, in best of ones, it's still insane, being able to put up nigh unbreakable boards. Next up, we have Adventure. I don't really know where to rank Adventure because there are, like, a whole bunch of other things on here. Anyway, this is hard to say, like, what Adventure is ranked as, but we'll just say, like, I guess, like, Adventure good stuff is what this would be. Maybe. Depends on what else is on here. For now, we're going to call it, like, Adventure good stuff. And in all reality, with the Water Enchantress to 1 as well as the Halqifibrax ban, there is another way to basically do the same thing and end on the same board, and that is through Galaxy Tomahawk. And you might be saying, well, it's going to be more difficult because it's harder to get a tuner it's harder to get a 2 level 7s onto your side of the field than it is to get a tuner and a level 7. And then I say to you, did you know that Griffin Rider is a level 7 and is a quick effect special summon? Any Tenyi and the Griffin Rider is able to accomplish this, which means the Water Enchantress, as well as just the Adventure stuff, is still able to end on a similar board. Now, that does mean it will be more inconsistent, but... oh yeah, if this is pure Adventure, it's like in the garbage. Doo-doo, butter, bad, just trash. But if we're actually talking about, like, Adventure good stuff, it's... you can still make Galaxy Tomahawk. What are some of these decks? It's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Adventure is so hard to rate right now because so much was hit from it. I'm going to put it in tier 2. I still think it's okay, but, like, not the greatest. Chainburn. Chainburn is... okay, we need another list. We need another tier. Add a row below. This shall be blue. And this shall be... let's call it bad. We'll just call it bad. We'll just call it bad. What's up, you're mad? How's it going? I don't know. Adventure still seems viable. You can still play, like, the Griffin Rider and have the Omni Negate, and you can still do the full combo. You can dump it off of Cherubini as well. So if you played, like, 3 access, you may be able to do stuff. Call it just no. Nah. We had... Agents are okay. They kind of do things like Christia lock you, but other than that, there's not really a whole lot that they do. Like, ending on Hyperion and Christia is basically what they end up accomplishing, which can be problematic, but in all reality, it's not crazy. There's still a lot that a lot of decks can do to out that. So, yeah. Plus, they're rather inconsistent. They die to, like, 1-2 interruptions, so... aliens end on a crazy board sometimes, and sometimes they do absolutely nothing. Some of these decks lost Hulk too. This deck doesn't use Hulk, I know that. I don't know if this one does. I don't know if... I think this one might have. I don't know. Aliens are... A counters are not a great mechanic, inherently. So there's that. Ally of Justice is tragically bad. I'm sorry. Altergeist, being buffed in the in the previous ban list, definitely helped. And they don't really play a lot of Floodgates, so this ban list didn't really hurt them. But in all reality, Altergeist is just like a bad Eldritch. And like even with Guru Control being around, like Guru Control is just a better Altergeist. Amazement is also pretty mediocre. It's another control strategy that doesn't really do anything. Amazonas kind of doesn't do anything either. Yeah. Actually, armed dragons can technically be abused in order to go into 2 level 7s, which can then make Galaxy Tomahawk, which can then do the whole line through the Aurora Dawn and all of that stuff, because Galaxy Tomahawk still exists. However, it's inconsistent, and if we're talking about the actual armed dragons and more of that stuff, instead of specifically focusing on the Galaxy Tomahawk, then it's not all that strong. Amazement is worse than generic back row. Yeah, but you can also just play generic back row. There's Red Reboot. I don't think a lot of people will include it, though. If you are playing a going second deck, you 100% include that card because it absolutely demolishes back row decks and allows you to just, like, win the game immediately. Also, I do think Red Reboot is absolutely overpowered in best of ones and shouldn't be allowed in a best of one game, even though most people won't play it because it's inconsistent. It does just turn off an entire subset of decks, which I don't like. I don't like that. It's like Imperial Order, except for the opposite. Instead of slowing down the game, it speeds it up because you just win the game right there, or die because your opponent has some other form of interaction. Aromas are, I don't know, rogue, I don't know, who cares. Scythe. Artifacts are so bad, but they have Dagda and they can Scythe lock. All right. I'd play Red Reboot over Duster. Yeah, Red Reboot is way better than Duster. Because it's like, oh, you flip skill drain, I'm going to turn off your entire back row unless you have specifically Solemn Judgment. Good game. Assault mode. I'm going to put this in bad. Mermail. Mermail. They're not really better than ABC. Red Reboot best deck, indeed. Indeed. Auroradon. So this is supposed to be like a Mecha Phantom. Let me see. Okay, Galaxy Tomahawk is here. So we're going to judge this as like a pure Mecha Phantom, or more so just like a Mecha Phantom-centric deck. In all reality, if they are able to go into Auroradon, they can still do basically the full line, as long as they have basically another way to grab another level 1 tuner. So if they have like a Jet Synchron or something like that, they can still kind of do it. But in all reality, they did get significantly worse because of Hulk, and they were already bad to begin with. So Hulk being gone is definitely good, but we're still missing one ban. Ancient Warriors, I'm going to put at tier 3. Ancient Warriors is one of the better going second options, and going second just received a boost with double Pancratops as well as double Red Reboot, which means that they are more likely to actually be able to OTK very easily. Raigeki scares me. You can't play around it like Lightning Storm. That's true, but there are a lot of outs to Raigeki as well. Like, just indestructible monsters, you know, Omni Negates, and the like. So it does make sense. Lightning Storm's a little bit more versatile with, like, it being able to remove back row. But yeah, Raigeki is pretty interesting, especially in best of ones. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, in the TCG, it makes sense because you can just, like, side deck it, and then, like, pull it out when you know you're going second, and then, like, maybe you can, like, actually do something there, but sometimes you just can't do anything. BA's rogue, let's be honest with ourselves, it ain't doing anything. B-Trooper, I'm also going to throw this into tier 2. I'm going to throw this into tier 3. I haven't actually come across this all this often, but it does have some specific interactions which can be very good against a subset of decks. It also is able to search out Max C, which is very nice, but it doesn't really end on anything too impressive. Like, it ends on, like, Graveyard Disruption, maybe one or two other interactions, and, like, a Max C, which is not terrible, but there's definitely a lot of decks that can play through that, especially things like the Branded and Sword Soul decks that a lot of people are playing, which can just go through and basically demolish those. Were these token generators still in the game? Don't know. Red Reboot is necessary as long as Floodgates exist. That is absolutely not the case. That is just an L opinion. Because back row is way too abusable in best of one. Oh yeah, and a card that entirely shuts down back row and allows you to combo off as if nothing is happening through, you know, 5 back row. That seems like a fair card. Oh yeah, just kill your opponent. It's a best of one. Who cares? Yeah, that seems like a great idea. Was this BES? These are like the starships, right? These are terrible. Well, I mean, if you're playing the way that I play Blue Eyes, it's pretty good. But in all reality, Blue Eyes, their cards are pretty bad. Even Jet Dragon is pretty mediocre. It's sad because that is such a cool card, but because it requires a Blue Eyes on the field or in the grave, it just kind of just barely misses the mark. Against my back row deck, red reboot is as I thought. Exactly. Pendulum best deck. Let's go. Adventure eyes don't count. Why not? That's the same with Nib. Can't play around it. You most assuredly can. What in the world are you talking about? You can end on 4 summons. You can make an Apollosa on, you know, on your 5th summon. You can make a negate prior to your 5th summon. You can do a myriad of things. There is one card that can play around. I guess there's technically 2 that can play around red reboot. That is Judgment and Dark Bribe. That's it. That's it. Those are your 2 options. Because it is a counter trap that shuts down all other traps for the turn, you just have to hope that you don't get sacked. It's similar to like Feather Duster. I don't think Feather Duster should be allowed in best of 1s because it's just too sacky of a card. Do you think DDD will be tier 2-1 in a Howkless world? No. Barricade board blocker. Oh yeah, you could do barricade board blocker stuff, yeah. Yeah, you can still go Auroradon. I don't think Auroradon is necessarily the problem. I do think it's Tomahawk, more so than anything, but yeah, you can still basically do stuff with the Auroradon line. Blackwings. Blackwings, do Blackwings do anything? Feels bad. Magician's left hand can do it too. I don't know why you would play it, but again, true. That's technically true because of the way that like the magician hands work. But that's also like, well, you have to have a spellcaster up, and it has to be the first activation of a trap. So it means that, like, they would have to not activate another trap. You would have to have that up. You would have to activate a trap as well. And then they would have to red reboot you while you have a spellcaster, which is, like, so many hoops to jump through. And it's like, yeah, you know what? You should be rewarded for that. Full armor pass. Boojins. They're pretty bad. Buster. Ooh, Buster's interesting. Because I think some of the best decks in the new format are going to be specifically dragons, I do think Buster gets a little bit of a boost, especially in best of 1s. Now, I'm not saying go out and build this deck, but I am saying that there is a chance that it could be pretty good, and this is just a speculative list, so I don't know for certain, but it's been one of these weird things where it's like, Buster Blader has randomly shown up in, like, Dragon Link formats and just been, like, a menace to that deck specifically. Any level 4 plus Red Rose Dragon is full Auroradon combo? I'll have to look into that. So this is specifically Chaos and not Dragon Link, because I think Striker Dragon is somewhere on here. I don't remember where. But I know it's on here. So in terms of, like, Chaos... What even kind of Chaos? Chaos has so many... Oh, Chaos has Grass. Oh, there are so many good cards for Chaos. This is more specifically not Dragon Link, but just like Chaos in general. And Chaos has Grass. It has access to Snow. It has access to Destrudo at multiple copies. It has access to the all 3 of the Collapse Serpent and Wyver Bursters. Chaos is actually crazy right now. What's up, Pharaoh Atem? Synchro for Power Tool, Special Summon Rocks Rose, Search for Living Fossil, and Vessel Rose Shoot. Bring Red Rose, link it to Barricade, then link it to Auroradon. Ah! Chaos. What? What? Why are there 2 Blue Eyes decks? Anyway. Cloudy it! I'm guessing that this one is not Adagnister nor Salamangreat. I'm guessing this is Code Talker. Code Talker's not great. It's not bad. Like up here near like ABC and the like, but not very good. Yeah. Crusadia, it's another OTK strategy, but it's not as good as, like, Ancient Warriors, just due to the fact that they don't really utilize Pankratops as much, because they kind of need to max out on Crusadia card. I guess, I don't know. I think Ancient Warriors is slightly better, but yeah, it's just kind of like another OTK deck, which is very strong in this meta. Honestly, yeah, Crusadia just being an OTK deck is tier 3. Lost its board building. Yeah, but you OTK with it anyway. Normal Blue Eyes and Ritual Blue Eyes, of course. Link summoning from the deck is awesome. That's why the deck has to summon to balance it. True. Crystal Beasts, too good. Too good. When they get their new support, they're like a competent control strategy. Not like insane, but competent. Cubics. Cyber Angels. If Ben 10... Ben 10 is like the only good card from that deck. I guess like Eda 10's not bad, but yeah, like the archetype as a whole is pretty mediocre. This deck can kind of OTK. Same with this one. Pretty mediocre though. Mathmech. No, wait, no. This isn't Mathmech. No, what is this card? This is some Cybers card. What about Celtic Guardian Control? It is the Cybers gadget, yeah. Have we already discussed Banlist for the upcoming event? No. We'll check that out later. That does sound like something worth looking at. It is DPE Scythe Turbo. You are correct. This is actually not bad. I mean, if this is specifically, like, the Eldritch stuff, it's actually pretty good. And definitely slept on. Cybers combo is pretty cool. It's been played in the TCG to pretty high success. I'm going to put it in tier 2. I don't think it's as good. Like, I think Chaos is better, but definitely very strong. Dangers! Dangers are pretty interesting as well. I'm going to put them in tier 2, just being able to draw through, like, your entire deck, as well as put out big monsters. Just like Dangers are slept on in general. Absolutely crazy archetype. They could be paired with Dark Worlds to do, like, deep draw stuff, or more specifically, you could just, like, end on a whole bunch of Link monsters, because you have, like, infinite Dangers, basically. So, overall, very solid. This one's hard to judge, because it's mostly, like, a supplementary archetype, and it's not really something that you would build pure, but in terms of a supplementary archetype, it's one of the best. Dark Lords are pretty bad. They're pretty mid. Yeah, I'm gonna put them here. Dark Worlds. Dark Worlds paired with Dangers are pretty good, but other than that, they don't really do a whole lot. And, like, yeah, again, like, as an archetype, they're not really the power archetype within their own deck. They're more of, again, a supplementary to the Dangers, but altogether, yeah. Honestly, I kind of want to put them in bad, but I don't think they're definitely not bad. DDD, I'm going to put it in tier 2. I don't think they're quite tier 1 or tier 1.5. They're not quite at that cusp of just, like, you have to be preparing for it. While they can make some pretty good boards, there are a few choke points for them that you can pretty easily hit, depending on their hand. As well as just overall, I think, basically, if you're able to stop their one XZ that, like, gets slapped down on top of another monster, it's fine. The deck does end on, like, some pretty decent boards, I will say, but it's nothing insane. Like, a single Dark Ruler or a single Droplet just kind of shuts down their entire game plan. And they have a pretty mediocre recovery as well. Ruin and Demise. Yep, it's a ritual deck. Danger is great. Pure Danger doesn't really do anything more than an Appaloosa Pass. True. That's why it's hard to kind of judge, like, Danger, as well as, like, the adventure stuff. It's like, yeah, they're insane archetypes that are super good as, like, engines. Even with the limitation to the Water Enchantress, they're still great, but it's like, eh. Deskbot. Deskbot, best deck. They're okay. They do some things. Despia. So, there's a branded fusion on here as well. I know branded. Yeah, branded's right here. So this is going to be Despia. Despia. So not branded. because some people are psychopaths and don't play branded, but they play Despia. In all reality, pretty bad. The Despia stuff has like very little in terms of payoffs without all bars and without branded fusion. So there you go. Destiny board, but this exists. DPE. I guess this will be hero. Although, is there another like hero deck? Yeah, we have Stratos over here. We'll just rank them together. In all reality, heroes are actually pretty good, all things considered. They can still actually, like, they can go polymerization into DPE, so the limitation to the Fusion Destiny, while it does hurt, because now they can't, like, start off with that, they are still able to basically make the DPE and make a similar board pretty consistently. Their turn 1 boards are pretty lackluster, but if they go second, like they should, the deck's actually very powerful, and it can OTK pretty easily with things like Vision Hero Trinity, and, or just like, you know, break through your opponent's board with things like Malicious Bane and the DPE, and then, you know, end on like a Dark Law or the like, to really just kind of close out the game in a more simplified game state. So overall, a very strong strategy, but not insane. Yeah, this is a deck. I think this is, oh, what's it called? Rhino Bus, the Cyber Beetles, what are they called? I forget what they're called. Cyber Chase in cyberspace. Dynamist. Oh, they're so bad. That's it. Digital bugs. They're bad. Yes. Dinomorphia is so expensive, and yet is not even that good of a deck. However, we are missing the, like, Rex, as well as I think we're missing one of the other traps that, like, really bring the deck together. And once that happens, I think they will jump up at least to tier 3, potentially tier 2. Dinos are also a deck that is slept on. I'm going to put them in tier 1.5. They're absolutely crazy. Basically, still have access to the whole Miscellaneousaurus. Basically full combo. They can still do the Scrap Raptor stuff. They don't really even use the Hulk Dawn stuff anyway. So yeah, they normally go through Scrap Raptor in order to just, or Scrap Wyvern, sorry, in order to just get like so much. So Denomist was good in the NR format. I should really do another NR format type thing. Dark Magician is fine. Dogmatica. So Dogmatica just received support with the rituals, but all of the rituals are pretty mediocre. I'm going to put them in Rogue, all things considered. So what's my opinion? Is this good or bad news? It's a... Okay, so here's the thing with the ban list, real quick. I do want to mention this. So this ban list is the floor for the ban list... Or sorry, the bar for the ban list was on the floor. So doing a ban list that was better than the previous two was basically assured. Like, there was no way they could have made it worse unless they, like, unbanned, like, a whole bunch of terrible cards. Like, for example, just unlimit, like, IO and stuff like that. So there wasn't really something that they could have done to make it that much worse. However, I don't think this is as good as people are making it out to be. It's a step in the right direction, but we still have Max C. We still have limitations to a lot of, like, non-problematic cards like ABC and the like. We still have things like Destrudo, Snow, Grass still available, which are very sacky in best of ones. And so it's like, it's getting there, but it's not as good as I think a lot of people just are making it out to be, simply due to the fact that, like, it's better than what we've had. It's still not great. Someone pointed out that all birds are theropods, and they are correct. It's a travesty. We can't play Miscellaneousaurus and Flu. True. I think that this ban list is a good start. Yeah. Drytron will return. I agree with that. I think the best deck is Dragon Link. Losing access to Hulk really does hurt Sword Soul. While it doesn't seem like it would, it does, because now you can't go like Hulk Dawn or like Hulk Fibrax in order to like force out interaction and then go into your Sword Soul stuff. And so, yeah, just like, I don't know. I think Dragon Link just ends up being the best deck. They basically lose nothing. They gain just the powerful recursion, and they're basically going to be the ones who end on probably the strongest of boards. And they're able to play through a lot as well, which means the branded matchup isn't actually all that bad. So yeah, all in all, I do think that this is just like the best deck of the format. Adventure hurts more, but I'm fine without it. Yeah. Yeah, I can understand why they hit the adventure stuff, but I actually really like it. More so because of Dracoback than anything else. Like, Dracoback's crazy. Dracoback is such a cool card. Dragon Maid is fine. I think this is Dragonidy. Zodiac. I'm going to say this is like Zodiac Tri-Brigade. Zodiac Tri-Brigade, I think, is also pretty slept on. I think a lot of people just got tired of it, stopped playing it. Understandable. It's a pretty simple deck. A lot of people switched to playing Zodiac Adventure, which I don't think is as strong as the Zodiac Tri-Brigade stuff, but it's still powerful. And all in all, you could play like Zodiac Adventure DPE. I think that's significantly weaker now, but all in all, it's still a very strong strategy. And I mean, a 6-mat Zeus is very difficult for like every deck to deal with. Branded Dragon Maid tier 1, let's go. Oh yeah, I mean, I think Sword Soul got hit worse than Dragon Link, is basically what I was saying. And I think because of that, like, Sword Soul now can't, like, bait out as much interaction due to Halka Fibrax. And so because of that, I think Dragon Link takes a slight edge over them. I already thought Dragon Link was one of the best decks. I thought Sword Soul was the best, and I think now it's Dragon Link. Just barely. Drytron is, again, pretty slept on. I think the limitation to Ben 10 hurts, but they still have access to all the Avas. They basically still have access to everything. And in a best of one where people could potentially not draw their hand traps, or just are playing less of their hand traps, to play more like going second board breakers, having something that's just like an infinite Omni Negate is pretty good. Unless you draw specifically Droplet or Dark Ruler, you're basically ending on an unbreakable board. Bird Up is still insane. Indeed it is. This is also Drytron. Why? We're going to say that this is Drytron without the Herald, and in all honesty, Drytron without the Herald is still very competent. It's more of like a going second strategy. You kind of just like play through your opponent's interactions, and then you end on like this big guy and just OTK them. And again, OTKing is absolutely crazy. Vanity Turbo. True. Isn't this Drytron? This is like the Drytron, whatchamacallit? Doesn't that guy like OTK insanely well? Am I wrong? What is this Drytron card? Am I insane? I went to Wikipedia. That is not what I wanted. Draconids. Yeah, this guy. Your opponent cannot target this card with monster effects if the total level is a monster used for this ritual summon or 2 or less. This card can attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls once each. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you banish monsters from your graveyard whose combined attack equal exactly 2,000 or 4,000. Then target a face-up card your opponent controls. For every 2,000 attack, send it to the graveyard. Yeah, it's just like an OTK machine. I guess we also have this guy, but like, no one cares about this guy. Ritual Bora and yeah. So it's like, it's an okay, like, OTK tool. So if you wanted to play that, like, it's still a good strategy. Because, again, OTKing is absolutely super powered now. With double pink, double red reboot, you just, like, drop your big boss. You, like, droplets, drop your big guy, red reboot, kill your opponent. Which is, like, not that hard. Earth Machine is definitely slept on. I'm going to put him at the top of tier 3. Actually, I'm going to put him in tier 2. Earth Machine, or more specifically the Machina Earth Machine stuff, is absolutely crazy. Machina Citadel is very difficult for a lot of decks to deal with, just because it is basically a field wipe. And we saw how good Prank Kids are, and so, yeah. Egyptian God cards. Nope, bad. Numeron to tier 1? Yeah. So, Rivalry and Gozen, limited, understandable. Red Reboot, unlimited, or at 2. Obviously, Eldritch is not going to be super powered. No, it still is. The problem with Eldritch is the fact that it basically can play under every floodgate. So you just play like a different subset of floodgates, and you're still crazy. So, yeah. Not the best deck, but especially in best of ones when floodgates exist, it's very difficult to deal with. I think this is Endymion. Eldritch can't play under Gravity Bind. True! And what, level limit area B? Endymion is pretty good. One of the better pendulum decks. Not the best one. I think the best one would probably be like the... it might be Endymion. But it's basically just anything that like abuses Electromite to go into like a whole board of a bunch of negates. Yeah, overall, Endymion's very strong. Here, I'm going to put Dangers down here, as well as Adventure. I think it's better than Machina, but not as good as DDD. I think DDD's probably, like, top of tier 2. Yeah. Evil Eye exists. Honestly, it's pretty bad. Exodia. Exos. Oh, Exo Sisters, how bad you are. It's so easy for so many decks to play around Exo Sister. Even Eldritch can play around Exo Sister, no problem. They flip Skill Drain, or they just like deal with the monster prior to the Eldritch coming back, or they just deal with the fact that you get the advantage and then just outgrind you anyway, because it's like, oh no, heaven forbid you have an XZ on your side of the field. I think this is FA. I think this is FA. FA is pretty bad, but they're not terrible. Excommunicated Sister. Exo Sister is tier 3. Hell no. Exo Sister is trash, dude. Have you ever actually played against Exo Sister? Have you played Exo Sister? Exo Sister is bad. I think this is Stun. Stun's crazy. Stun is a deck that exists and has so many tools available to it, and in best of ones, it's pretty crazy. It can just break and do absolutely nothing, but sometimes it just wins you the game by summoning a single monster called Inspector Border, and then it just wins. Also, I think Final Countdown is at 3. Am I crazy? Hold on. Hold the phone. That's Final Countdown stall? Yeah, stall. Stun. Same thing. Why is this card at 3? I mean, it doesn't do anything, but like... Interesting. Okay. There it is. Yeah, again, a pretty good deck. Probably not better than Altergeist, but like, in the same tier. I think this is Flower Cardian. Am I wrong? What is this deck? I think this is Flower Cardian. Flower Cardian is so bad. Fluffle! Fluffle is another OTK strategy that actually does pretty well. It has a lot of different interactions. I'm gonna put it at the top of tier 3. I think it's better than Altergeist, but not by much. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's like as good as like the Adventure or the Danger stuff. So it's, I don't really want to put it in tier 2, but it's very good. So it's like top of tier 3, bottom of tier 2-ish. I'm gonna say... Fluffle is sleeper. I will agree with that. But I don't know how much people are sleeping on it. Like, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Dragon Link. Heavily. But it's one of the... I'm gonna put it at the bottom of tier 2. I don't think it's better than these. I don't think it's better than Earth Machine. Again, another sleeper pick. But I do think it's very good. And can OTK very easily. You get to send wings with Branded Fusion. Oh, true. But that's Branded Fusion, not Fluffle. Branded Fusion is, by itself, a broken card. Flunder is still one of the best decks of the format. Again, in Best of Ones, it has a whole bunch of cards that are just difficult to deal with. It has a good time going second as well as going first, due to the fact that it can play Dimension Shifter. Dimension Shifter is currently unlimited. Sure, it's a little bit more inconsistent due to the limitation of the Pot of Prosperity, and that's it. That's the only card that changed. In all honesty, this deck is still tier 1. It's... You may not like it, but it's the truth. That's a deck that exists. Same with that one. Toad. Toad's a good card. For Hire. They haven't quite received their new support, so they're still, like, very bad. I'm gonna put them in bad. I'll put them in rogue. Gaia. Galaxy Tomahawk is a card that still exists and is absolutely crazy. It gives you the whole Aurora online, and it can basically end on the same boards that the previous Halked on Good Stuff combos did. The problem is it's a little bit more difficult to make, and you could also just make an infinite negate combo with it as well. This card's absolutely crazy, and the fact that more people haven't abused it is surprising to me. Not quite tier 1, because it is inconsistent, but dear Lanta, is it crazy. Too bad you can't exceed someone with tokens. Imagine if you could. Gandora. There's like one good Gandora card and it's banned. Hawk is too much trouble. Indeed. Kyrgias can do some things. When will Fur Hires get its support in Master Duel? 2025. Gemini's can still FTK. They have a few options available to them. They're not like terrible, but they're pretty bad. Gene Raiders are interesting because of the fact that they, like, in Best of Ones again, if you don't have the out to the field spell, they kind of just out advantage you, and they have negates as well. I don't think they're just too inconsistent for me to like put them in tier 3, but they're very good. VFD is banned. They banned the best Gandora. Yeah, because it was absolutely broken. How good is the new support for Ghost Trick is the question here. You could use Hawks to go into Borderland. That's true. And still have a token left over. Isn't that funny? I'll put him in Rogue. Didn't they get a Link monster, though? Yeah, I was like, didn't they get the Festival, which is actually, like, pretty good? Like, I think most of the support is actually fairly decent for the archetype. Like, Siren's definitely the best one, but... What phase? I made a phase? I've played against Ghost Trick. I have no idea what they do. What they were doing. I just killed them. That's true. You know what? Ghost Trick is bad. Now that I think about it, I'm like, no, most of the time you just kill them. Called by Izet too. True. Depression. And Kaijus exist as well. Imagine having a negate trap that can be stopped by paying 2k life points. It's UDF Turbo, yeah. Not really. Giant Ballpark. I'm gonna put it in Rogue, even though it's a bad deck, and it's only because it goes second and just kills you. I think this is like Gimmick Puppet. That exists. Okay. Glad Beasts. Glad Beasts can play with the Tri-Brigade cards, which immediately buffs them. But all in all, the Glad Beasts are pretty mid. Like, people care about life points. Castle of Strongberg is interesting because it's basically a field spell version of, like, a Towers monster. And so, sometimes people just don't have outs to that. Meaning, like, it's buffed, but it's so bad. They end on literally one monster. Like, if you just sit there, they just deck themselves out. It's hilarious. They don't do anything. Goki! Goki's interesting. They could still kind of... It only affects sponsors for Borderland. You can't use tokens. Yeah, but you can use those tokens to link off into, like, IP Masquerena or Link Karibo or... not Link Karibo. Link Spider, sorry. Or the like to just turn them into effect monsters. I'm gonna put Goki in Rogue. Goki would be much better if we had Phoenix Blade. Yeah. Tier 1. Goki? Huh? Wait, hold on. These are the ships. Wait. Oh, this is Cosmo. Is this Cosmo? Am I wrong? Is this Cosmo? Cosmo's like Rogue. Cosmo's not bad. I think this one's the BES. Wait, no, no, no. This one's Cosmo. Wait, what is this? That's BES? Wait, then what the hell is this one? There are 2 ships? Galaga ships. Yeah, I realized this one's the Cosmo one. This one's BES. Then what is this one? Who's that Pokemon? Yeah, indeed. I don't know. They're both bad. Put them in... The ships are always bad. For some reason. Necro Valley. Sheriff, you play. Look, Necro Valley can just steal games by itself. Honestly, though, really inconsistent. And their floodgates are pretty mid. Gradius? Lord British. The level 4 ships. It's a big fighter. All in all, they're not good. Gradles! Look, if you're not prepared for Gradles, they can do stuff, but also flip monsters? Lol. Monsters that I have to walk into? You don't actually have to walk into them, but still. Grenmaju. Grenmaju's interesting because it does have the ability to play things like Dimension Shifter, which is really powerful. You can play like Gizmegarochi as well, and basically just like the 8 access stuff. Which is pretty strong. But all in all, the Grand Maju stuff is pretty mid. I'm going to put it in Rogue. Gusto! Gusto sucks ass. Die. Same with Herbies. Same with Hazy Flame. Dear Lanta. So this is Heroes. We're just going to put them right next to each other. It's Gradius. Okay. Necro Valley plus Royal Tribute. Okay, so that combo is a 3-card combo. You need Necro Valley, access to Necro Valley, a monster, and Royal Tribute. Because I think you have to have, you have to normal summon a monster, if I'm wrong. Or, like, have a monster on your side of the field, and then you can Royal Tribute. It's crazy if it works, but, like, that's still pretty bad. Because, like, only one of those cards is searchable. I guess, no, technically 2 of them are. Because you can search it. But, like, Royal Tribute is not searchable. Imagine if it was. Oh, this is Ice Barrier. Ice Barrier's terribly bad. So, due to the fact that a lot of the combo decks have been nerfed due to Halqifibrax being banned, as well as Adventure being more inconsistent, this does bring up the power level of something like Invoked Dogmatica Shaddoll, allowing you to basically end on similar boards, win to lock your opponent and the like, and still have the Alistair stuff. So all in all, I think Alistair, the Invoker, is pretty decent, but no one likes to play him, so I don't expect him to be played very much, but definitely still very strong. Which here's Crystal Beast? Bad. I'm sorry. Cyberstein is basically an FTK, and that's it. I mean, FTK is in best of ones, seems pretty good. Which here's branded? I don't know, we'll get there. It's at the bottom. Adagnister, I'm gonna put it in tier 2. I don't think it's as good as the Machina stuff. The big thing with Adagnister is basically if you don't have the out, you don't win. But it's like there are a lot of ways to stop the deck. And there's even a lot of ways to just like deal with the monster once it's on the field. So it's not really that bad to deal with, but if they do set up like a 6,000 attack point unaffected monster, it's kind of difficult to deal with. If you know where to stop Adagnister, they fold. Well, here's the thing. Unless they drew really well, yes. However, whenever I play against Adagnister, they have every single piece of gas that they need, and they get to go first. I've never seen them brick. It's tragic. But yeah, like if you know where to stop them, they do just fold. Infernity sucks. Infernoble losing Hulk is huge. That, like, I used to put them pretty highly rated, but now they're pretty bad because they do need Hulk. They do the Halkarorodon stuff, and it really gains them a lot of advantage, and now without that, they can't really do the Galaxy Tomahawk stuff, and they could maybe do Barricade Boardwalker, but it's really difficult for them. Exodia Library OTK is actually somewhat scary. Yeah, but it's scary in the fact that, like, oh, I might get FTK'd. But, like, I don't know. Infernoids. I don't know. They exist. Also, I've never seen an Adagnister player stop after you negate the Dark Infant. That's true. I mean, if they only have the one monster, then like... Or more specifically, if they only have the field... Or if they don't have the field spell, and you stop the Dark Infant, like, they just stop. Jinzo! Wait, why was I going that high? What's up, Executioner? How's it going? Kaijus! Okay, so this we are going to call, like, 8-axis as well as, like, Luna Kaiju. Luna Kaiju is absolutely crazy. I'm gonna put it at the top of tier 2. Being able to go second and just, like, smack your opponent really hard is kind of crazy. You just play a whole bunch of Void Breakers. You basically play, like, blind going second and just plan on, like, Kaijuing your opponent and then just, like, summoning out a whole bunch of 8s and just OTKing your opponent, which is not all that hard. So, all in all, absolutely crazy, especially when you can't prepare for it. Jinzo is a tech card if you hate traps, I guess. Karakuri can do some pretty cool things. However, it's pretty inconsistent. Same with Cosmo. Crawler can similar... Again, a lot of the, like, rogue decks is, like, they're, like, good, but not, like, exceptional. Not quite tiered. Tier 1.5 to 3, depending on the type? No. Of course. Warrock's tier 1, let's go. Karibo, bad. I'm guessing this is, like, Layer of Darkness control. It can do some pretty interesting things, but it folds if it doesn't have specifically the field spell. And with Terraforming at 1, it's kind of difficult to always have the field spell. I mean, it's like, what, seven cards in the deck? Something like that. Gargoyle without Halcyon or Uridon. Yeah, they can still do some things. Not crazy things, but some things. Is Wind Up here? It should be. I mean, it's probably at the bottom, because I think this is alphabetical. I may be wrong. Is it not up on here? Am I blind? Wait, is this another Mecha Phantom Beast card? Yeah, I'm not seeing Wind Up. That's interesting. I'd put Wind Up at, like, tier 2, potentially. Probably tier 3. Lightsworn has plays. They're kind of similar to Chaos, except they're focusing on Lightsworn cards and, like, slapping down a Judgment Dragon, which Judgment Dragon is fine, but that means you would have to basically go second to get any advantage out of the Judgment Dragon, which isn't really great. So, yeah, not really great. Lightsworn slept on. Grass is legal. Yeah, but also, it's inconsistent. And, like, what's their payoff? Without Hulk. A lot of times they would just, like, go Hulk, right? Like, they don't really have much interaction that they can go for. Alright. Evil Twin is fine. They're basically just, like, hand trap dot deck. Probably, like, top of tier 3. I think they're worse than Fluffle, though, overall. They're so bad. They're just waifus. They're not actually all that powerful. To make Stardust Assault mode in the Synchro XZ Festival. It's not good, but I want to use the Stardust. Fair enough. 20 hand trap deck, very fun. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Here's Luna Kaiju. I guess this is like pure Kaiju. Still good. But yeah, Luna Kaiju, same points. Am I not seeing Sky Striker on the list? Someone said it was here. Am I blind? It's probably here. We'll see it. Is that Despia in the pad section? Yep. No, it's in Rogue. Luna Lights. Leo Dancer. What is this? Yeah, Luna Lights. Luna Lights, specifically with the fusion. Like, if this was just Tiger is like an S tier, like SS plus tier, you know, like gotcha hell kind of card where you're never gonna actually pull it. Yeah, that card's crazy. However, Luna Lights in general aren't that great. When you play like Luna Light Tiger abuse with like rank 4 spam, you can end on some pretty crazy things. Did I say rank 4? Rank 4 spam. Yeah, that's not what this is, if that makes sense. Lyrilisk is... I'm not going to put them at tier 1. I think they're slightly worse than the Galaxy Tomahawk stuff, but still very good. Ooh. Oh, I have to figure out what everyone wants food. Okay, I'll figure that out later. Madolche! Madolche is top tier! No, it's like Rogue. It's okay. What about Prank Kid? We haven't got there. Magical Musketeer is like Rogue again. Yeah. Honestly, Madolche is too low. I'm putting tier 3. Magikey. Fuck you, Magikey. Stay in bad. I don't really think that they're bad, but I'm gonna put them in bad. I think this is the Magistus card. Wait, no. No, there's a different Magistus card. Hold on. Shoot, there are too many just like random cards that I just don't know. What is this card? Does anyone know? It's not Witchcrafter, is it? No, because Witchcrafter's over here. What is this card? Who are you? That is Magistus? Well, then who the heck are these? Who's this? Who are they? Oh, this is Sulfacord. Wait, no. There's another Sulfacord. Yeah, this one's Sulfacord. Who are these waifus? Get them out of here! Anyway, this is Magistus. That is very, but from Magistus, yeah. Parshath? No. Anyway, does Magistus do anything? I haven't seen Magistus once. I have no idea what they do. I'm gonna put them in bad. Marincess doesn't have their support. We're gonna put them in rogue. Mathmex. They're fine. They're rogue. The purple girl is S-Force? Wait, which one? Oh, this one? Wait, that's S-Force. Wait. Oh, no. This one. This one's S-Force. This one's Mayakashi? Does Mayakashi... No. No, Mayakashi can kind of do things. They can kind of do things. They can, like, zombie world lock you. That's about it. I think I'll put them in bad. They're pretty bad. What is this card? What is this? What is this? Mayakashi mixes with Shiro? Yeah. Mayakashi has that one deck out FTK? Oh, true. Is this Mecha Phantom Beast? Hold on. Because I thought the Auroradon that we have up here was the Mecha Phantom Beast. Why are there two of these? Why? That's annoying. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It has Auroradon. That's the old boss monster? Then why is Auroradon? Oh, okay, whatever. Who cares? Megalith is like top of Rogue. Megalith is pretty good. Pretty inconsistent though. Unless you play Dagda. But no, in all honesty, like, there's a lot that can stop Megalith. And while they can end on some pretty good boards, their combos are pretty fragile. So like a single hand trap just kind of like shuts them down. But I mean, so like everything can end on some pretty good boards. Mech Knights. Mech Knights are going second deck that kind of suffer from not being able to play a whole bunch of board breakers to really break boards efficiently. So they're like, okay. Drytron Megalith is pretty good. Yeah, but again, no. I feel like a live twin got a boost. No. Who is this? Who are these waifus? Why are they here? What is this? What is this card? Eh? Melodious? I guess that makes sense. Sure. Melodious. I don't... bad. Don't care. Box of Friends. Is that Box of Friends? That might be. Doesn't matter. It's bad anyway. Wait, this is... Oh, sorry. Hold on. This one is Atlantean. This one is Mermail. Forgive me. Forgive me. Can we make an offense tier for Mech Knight? For having 3 Ks in a row. There's a hyphen there. It's KK hyphen and then the last K. Anime deck. It's meta in Duel Links, but not here. Of course. Of course. Atlanteans and Mermail were different things? Yes. Metal Foes. Monarch's Brick to high heaven. Dear Atlanta. Mutants. Mutants are fine. Necros. Necros are fine. This is a bad deck. Nephthys. Nephthys has chicken. And that's it. That's like all they do. They just have the chicken. Numeron with 2 red reboot. Woo! Let's go. Red reboot. Let's go. And double pink. You gotta love it. Ninja! Oh, Ninja's like tragically bad. Same with Noble Knights. This deck actually got some pretty decent support. The Odin-centric deck, what are they called? With like Tungnistir and the like. Nordic! There we go. Dear Atlanta. Noble Nuts coming up. Azir, yeah. Numeron is crazy. One of the better going second decks. Not quite as good as, I think, as the 8-axis stuff. The Luna Kaiju. But all in all, Numeron is still very powerful. Yes, definitely better than DDD. I'm sorry. Nurse Burn, terrible. Like, literally one of the worst FTKs. It requires so many specific cards for you to draw. It's so bad. Ogdoadic. Pretty inconsistent, but can make some pretty incredible boards. Oshamas. Alright, Orchest. Orchest received a buff. They're pretty good. Not crazy. I don't know. This one's hard to... Because they did get the buff, I'm going to put them in tier 2. Orchest, I think, is already slept on, and I think with the buff, they will be even better. I don't really know where to put them in terms of tier 2. I'm going to put them at the bottom of tier 2. I'd argue Numeron is rogue, as there are so many ways to stop it. Yeah, there are a lot of ways to stop it, but you could say that about literally anything. That is a terrible argument. The reason that Numeron is good is because you don't know whether or not you are playing against it, and it plays a lot of like very heavy blowout cards. So sure, if you like plan to play around Numeron, it's terrible. But if you don't, and all of a sudden they Kaiju you, or they Lava Golem you, or they Lightning Storm and stuff like that, and you didn't prepare for that, you know, inevitability, yeah, you just end up losing. And because they have so many different like going second options available to them, especially with 2 red reboot and 2 pink, like, no, I'm sorry, what? Galatea is still at 1, and can Ogdoadic do anything without Snake Rain? Yes. It's not nearly as good, but yes. I guess this is just like Pendulum. But I don't even know what... It's just like... It's just Pendulum. Pendulum's okay. Pen Magician is very flexible. It's also a lot safer than Endymion. And a lot cheaper. Is it a bit higher tier 2? No. Penguins. I'm sorry, Penguins. Same with Pacifist City. Phantom Knights! Phantom Knights are one of the best decks of the current format as well. They can still do the adventure stuff because they can send it off of Cherubini, which means the one adventure, the one Water Enchantress doesn't really matter. They also end on DPE, again, not really mattering the materials and the limitation to the one Fusion Destiny because they already go into the Verte through their line. They have incredible end boards and just overall a very solid strategy. Maybe not the best of the best, but definitely very strong and very consistent. Plunder. Plunder's pretty good. I'm going to put them in like tier 3. They're pretty good. Losing the consistency from the adventure engine definitely hurts. That means you're not going to end on an Omni Negate as well as something like a Blackbeard, which means you're basically just playing like going second Plunder, which is not bad, but... And they can play Grass. Oh, true, they can. Grass I don't think is actually worth it, though. Prank Kids. Prank Kids is still, again, one of the best decks of the format. Yeah, I think they're better than Flunder, but not better than Eldritch. The limitation to the one Prank Kid Meow Meow Mew didn't really hurt them too much, but it does mean that their grind game is a little bit worse. They still end on things that are, you know, basically a Regeki, as well as, you know, a whole bunch of hand traps, and, you know, other interactions from various different things. They can also end on DPE as well, so all in all, still very, very strong. We all know Plunder is doo-doo. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people are making it out to be. Like, Plunder is still pretty good. Predaplant got a big boost due to the branded stuff, but so did most fusion decks. However, it specifically helps the Predaplant stuff anyway, so I'm going to put them in tier 3. Not crazy without like the branded stuff, but still able to end on things like Dragostapelia, being able to basically negate your entire opponent's field due to their Predaplanning, I believe is the card. All in all, very strong. Or stronger, I should say. This deck is bad. Punk! Punk is still missing Diurno, and with the banning of specifically Crystron Halkivibrex, this deck lost a lot of power. They basically don't really have a non-archetypal play, which means that they basically don't have a play. Why did they do 3 banlists? What do you mean? What banlist was just 1 card? What do you mean? Towers sucks because Link Monsters exists. Raid Raptors are fine. Red Eyes are missing Dark Dragoon, so it's pretty bad. Relinquished, I mean, Omega lol. Phenomenaga. Being able to end on this guy for the Red Resonator, aka Red Dragon Archfiend archetype, is okay, but not crazy. They unban Spellbook Judgment separately. Oh. Okay. And? I think this is Rika? Rika's missing a lot of the support that really makes it powerful in like the TCG, so it's like at best rogue. It's still not terrible because there is a lot of like plant support in general. You can play like the Dryas stuff as well, so it's not like terrible, but yeah, not really great. Ritual Beasts. Oh my gosh, I want to put them in bad, but I do think the ability to play Dimension Shifter, Macrocosmos, Dimension Fissure, and the like means that they have a a strategy that exists, and they could just like stall the opponent out sometimes. But I'm gonna put them in bad. They're pretty bad. They're pretty trash. When you say powerful, do you mean Mystic Mine? No, like they actually have a significant amount of counterplay that they can do. The problem is that it's very difficult to actually make those plays. Yes, you can play Mystic Mine, but a lot of it actually comes from like the fact that you tribute your opponent's monsters for costs, which is kind of crazy. Fire Prison is a fun card, actually. Indeed. Red Rose. Without Hulk, this deck is like pretty mid. Obviously, you could still do like the Red Rose actual combos with like going into Baron in order to get another tuner onto your side of the field with like a level 7. So you go like Tenyi, normal summon this guy, go into Baron, and now you can do your combos basically uninterrupted. But the thing is, like, the combos are significantly worse because you basically don't have access to a Health Dawn off of basically just a level 7 and one of these guys. So, not as strong. Yep. Omega lol. Gods. Salamangreat is pretty good. I'm gonna put them above DDD. Not above Numeron. Yeah, above Numeron. Salamangreat is pretty crazy. Having the second Gazelle makes them incredibly consistent, as well as giving them access to things like the Pot of Desires to more, just basically see more of their cards. They just play a whole bunch of hand traps. They have a few interactions that are really good as well, such as an Omni Negate, as well as protection through Circle, as well as Rage, I believe, to protect their Link monsters. And just overall, they have some very powerful cards and effects. Definitely very strong. Yeah, having that second Stalio is pretty good. Sangan is a card. I don't think there are any decks besides like Halfdan specific combos that utilize Sangan, so I'm gonna put it in bad for now because without Halfdan, I don't really see them doing anything. What's up, Cyanide? S-Force. I have never seen this deck in action. I've heard that it's not terrible, but in all reality, I have no idea. Shaddoll. Shaddoll is a very strong going second deck. Not too powerful, but overall pretty good. I'd say it's definitely better than Live Twin, I think. I don't think it's quite tier 2. I do think it's very good, but not quite as strong. And this is more specifically the just Shaddoll stuff, like pure Shaddoll, rather than like obviously invoked Dogmatic Shaddoll, which we have up here. So, still, Winda is a hell of a card. Really want the S-Force support. S-Force is really bad. What do you mean they're bad? You're absolutely right, of course. Alright. A lot of people are saying Ghost S-Force is bad. This is Left-Hand Shark, which is like either Kragan control or Crooked Crook control, which is like mid. Is I. The S stands for suck. Suck Force. My favorite. My favorite archetype. Which one was this one? What is this card? Does anyone know what this card is? I have no idea what this card is. Too many waifus. Labyrinth. I don't think it's Labyrinth. Labyrinth hasn't come out yet. It's the Peacock. It's the Peacock. Oh! Okay. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Shiranui is... I mean, this card's cool. This card's pretty good. Smorph. Yeah, Smorph doesn't really do anything. But this card alone basically makes it so that it's not bad. Six Sam can technically make Rongo Bongo. However, it's incredibly inconsistent, and they die to like one interaction. They just fall over. Skull Servant! I mean, it's an OTK deck, so it's not terrible. Sky Striker! Sky Striker is... I'll put it at like the top of Rogue. It's pretty bad. I think Live Twin just does its job better. With all of the limitations and stuff like that, it's pretty bad. However, Engage should just be banned. Please ban that card. That card's stupid. Slash Draw is a terrible, no good, very bad FTK. Sulfacord is literally the worst pendulum. Thank you. Speedroid. Speedroid also dies to like one hand trap, but they can end on some pretty decent boards. Put them up here in Rogue. I don't think they're quite tier 3 just because they do fold to like a single hand trap sometimes. And they're rather inconsistent, I've noticed. Not crazy. The bike is cool. They're weaker without Hulk. Yeah, that's true. This deck just got Spellbook of Judgment, and I still think it's bad. Like, Rogue, I guess. Springin sucks ass, dude. Spiral got an unhit, which means I'm going to put them in the same tier as Orchest. Spiral was a tier 0 deck, similar to Orchest, although Orchest technically wasn't tier 0, but let's be honest, it basically was. And, yeah, they still have Master Plan. They still have Master Plan. They still have the card that basically does everything for the entire deck and Magician's Souls available to them as well, which already prompted them to go into tier 1 again after they had already got limited from being tier 0. Yeah, I don't know why this deck was unlimited. I've seen Slash Draw. None of their dangers hit themselves. Losing Hulk hurts them. Yeah. Starry Night. Yeah. Stun. I hate it, but it's very good. How are you supposed to plan around stun? I'm gonna put that up there at the same place. Guru is just better Altergeist. It's just better Altergeist, and it's also better than Shaddoll. Actually, no, it's not. It is better than Live Twin, though. I think just people don't play it because it's boring as hell. Literally my least favorite deck to play against. I hate that deck. It's still good. Dryas. I don't know, it's plants. Skill Drain is my favorite card. Indeed. Guru and Altergeist are so boring. True. Okay, Sword Soul. Yeah, Sword Soul is one of the best decks of the format. I think it is slightly better than Adamantipator, but I still think that, just due to its consistency, but I still think Adamantipator is very strong. I think also that Dragon Link is slightly better than it, just due to its consistency, while also being able to end on more powerful boards, and more powerful interactions. However, Sword Soul is still absolutely crazy. Losing the Halcyon, or the Halqifibrax stuff does hurt, though. Synchron. Synchron's pretty bad. Yeah, with the Therions, things like the plant archetypes as well as the machine archetypes receive a lot of support. Thunder Dragons still have Colossus. Why is Colossus a thing? Please ban it. Dear Lanta, in best of ones, I don't want to deal with that. Please! Stellar Knight is bad. Doo-doo butter. Tenyi. Tenyis are absolutely crazy. Even just like a pure variant can do some pretty nasty things. So, yeah, all in all, Tenyis. Tenyis are pretty good. Yeah. Thundra tier 2. No. TG. They have Wonder. They can do Scythe-Lock stuff. They can do Scythe-Lock stuff. But can they? But can they really? I'm going to put it at the bottom. Tenyi play around so much, except for Mexi. Exactly. That can go there. That can go there. That can go there. That can go there. That can go to hell. Please die. That can go there. Tri-Brigade. We've already kind of done this. I'm going to just put it right up here next to the other ones. Because it's basically the same deck. I think this is Trickstar. This one's Trickstar. That one can go there. Even with the unhit to Trickstar Light Stage, I don't think that really helps all that much. Trap Tricks is shitty older, guys. Yep. Where's Pendulum and Dimion? Right here. 2-2. True Draco is like Rogue. Unchained is like Rogue. Oh, this is Ursa Arctic. That's an Ursa Arctic monster. Did you know that? No. Sports! Utopia can, yep, double. Valkyrie. Vampires. Vampires got some new support. They're not terrible. They can make Zombie World, so there's that. Volcanics. Virtual World is still like tier 2. Like, this deck is still very strong. There's a lot of different plays that you can go for. Ending on a Shen Shen is very strong overall. I'm going to put it at the top of tier 2. Better than Luna Kaiju. Not quite tier 1.5, not quite on the same tier, but, like, yeah, absolutely crazy. Speedroids and Windwage are crazy? No. What even is this? Oh, this is Vylon. Oh, dear. Alright, I'm sorry, Warrocks. Going into Rogue. Warrocks, the reason that they're better than a lot of these other archetypes that are down here is simply due to the fact that they can go second and actually gain advantage off of going second. They can still play DPE, they can still play, like, a lot of the powerful going second options as well. Whereas I think a lot of these other decks don't really have the luxury of being able to go second. So, there's that. I honestly think Warrocks are better than Visual Beasts. Ain't that sad. Weather Painters. I actually don't even know how good this deck is, but we're gonna say they're bad. Wind Witches are, like, fine. They can generate some pretty decent support. Or, like, advantage. So, they're not terrible. Witchcrafters, I mean, they have grass, but other than that, they're not, like, crazy. World Legacy is also kind of mid, but not terrible. Worms are bad. Yang Zing by themselves are pretty bad. In Sword Soul, they're amazing, but overall, it's just like a bunch of... It's just a long conga line of assholes, right? Yosenju have a weird OTK mechanic that, like, they can kind of just kill you, but even then, it's like, they only sometimes kill you. And then they get bounced to hand, so they just kind of, like, stare at you. Zephyra is pretty slept on. They are a really good Pendulum deck overall, and have rather good consistency because of Electromite and the like, but all in all, they end on, like, counter traps. They're, again, just like a giant conga line of assholes. Zephyrath is an insane card, and Zephyr Nui is also. Necro World Banshee. Zombie World is very difficult for a lot of decks to deal with, and with things like Baylor and the like of just like various zombie support, it's overall a very competent strategy. Not the best, but still strong. Branded. Branded is a tier 1 deck. It is probably below Prank Kid. I think Prank Kid is still more powerful just due to its consistency and the fact that it can do it over and over and over again. And like it can play a lot more hand traps, which I think is more valuable in best of ones. However, Branded is still very strong. Has a lot of different options available to it. It can basically take out any deck in front of it, as well as any deck below it, given the right circumstances. So, I have no idea what this is. What even is this? I thought Zombie World Eldritch was stronger. Well, Eldritch is a tier 1 deck, but this is more like Zombie World Baylor Drog. This is more like just zombies. This is Evil Swarm? Oh, Evil Swarm. Ah. No, this one is Crystron. I know this one. This one is Evil Swarm. Evil Swarm is bad. I'm sorry. Quarion, I mean, they literally lost Halqifibrax, but Quarion Drax is still a pretty good card. Overall, Crystrons are, like, okay. Again, it's kind of just like a big conga line of dudes. No, they're bad. Let's be honest with ourselves. Evil Swarm is actually decent. Okay. I'll take your word for that. I'm so sad for Crystron. They lost their best card. No! The XZ can lock Branded out of the game. Yeah, so can Dimensions. Not Fissure. Dimensional Barrier. PK is amazing with or without Water Enchantress. Exactly, that's why it's tier 1. Wait. Flunderer is the bottom of tier 1, definitely. So, here is the list. At the top, I think the best deck of the current format, or of the upcoming format, I should say, sorry, is Dragon Link. Dragon Link just seems to be the deck that is positioned the best in the upcoming format. Without Halqifibrax, I think a lot of the other decks that are, like, were at the top, lose a lot of power. So, and they basically don't need Hulk, so there's that. I think Eldritch should be further down. The problem is, again, in best of ones, I think that Eldritch is stronger than a lot of these other decks, right? It's like, just due to the nature of Floodgates being difficult to deal with in best of ones, I do think that Eldritch is a little bit stronger, being able to play under them. I also think that while Red Reboot coming to 2 is very strong, I don't think a lot of people, specifically against these decks, are going to be running them. It's mostly going to be from OTK decks, which are, you know, they're going to be playing, like, Lightning Storm and Harpy's Feather Duster anyway, so there's a high chance that that Eldritch player would already have lost, right? So I don't really think that they're losing all that much with the Gozen and Rivalry limitations as well. 80% of the game doesn't know what Crystron is actually... That Crystron is actually an archetype. Anyway, Dragon Link I think is the most slept on deck right now. Next up we have Sword Soul. Sword Soul is just in the best position overall. It has the level 10 that does really well against a lot of various decks, as well as it can end on something like a Qishao, the Qixing Longyuan, as well as Baron, which is just an insane board, and they can even finish that off with a Protoss on top to lock Despia out of the game, or Branded, I should say. Adamancipator is a deck that is currently slept on. It's a little bit of a glass cannon, but if they can get to block Dragon, as well as if they're playing 60 cards and potentially mill the block Dragon off of grass, they are just off to the races and can end on similar boards previous to when they were playing like the Halcdon stuff. And even with Halqifibrax banned, they still can basically do the entire lines pretty easily, even without the Crystron Halqifibrax. Oftentimes they didn't even go into the Crystron Halqifibrax or didn't need the Crystron Halqifibrax. So that's not all that big of a deal. But you got an idea for the festival? No. You've long you one. Yep. Eldritch, we've already talked about. Floodgates are crazy, especially in best of ones. It's difficult to really deal with them. Sure, a double red reboot is very nice for like OTKing strategies, but I don't think everyone is going to be running it, and Eldritch is more specifically already going to have an issue against a lot of the OTK decks, just due to the nature of like Lightning Storm and Feather Duster and the amount of back row removal that those decks tend to play. So all in all, it doesn't really change much. Prank Kid losing the, like, second copy of Meow Meow Mew didn't really matter. Well, I mean, it kind of mattered, but it doesn't really matter all that much. They can still do the full combos, they can still end on double Raigeki, they can still basically play on the opponent's turn, and they have a really good grind game, even with the one Meow Meow Mew, and they can still go through the adventure stuff as well as the DPE, so it's really not that big of a deal. Branded is the newest archetype to really hit the top tier. Absolutely crazy set of cards. Yeah. Branded Fusion is a one-card combo for so many different decks. Who decided Flu and thought that would be fun? Bring them to me. I think Salamangreat can be a tier 1 after the ban list. I don't quite think they're that strong. The reason for it is due to the fact that I think the power level of the game has moved past just like sitting on hand traps and like a few interactions, basically. A few weaker interactions. So, well, I do think that they can potentially end on really strong interaction. The problem is like fighting through interaction. In best of 3, you're guaranteed to at least go first once and have a side deck to boost your going second potential. But in best of 1s, you don't really have that option. You kind of need to go first with that deck, or just see like a million hand traps and have your opponent hopefully not draw called by, you know. Next up we have Phantom Knights. Phantom Knights have suffered a little, but they're still really strong. They can still make basically similar end boards to previously. They can technically still go Rongo Bongo, but it is way more difficult. And overall, just, yeah, not really all that much has changed with them, so they're still tier 1. And Flu, similarly, sure, the limitation to the Pot of Prosperity has brought them in more in line with, like, their consistency, but in all honesty, you could just play the Pot of Extravagance, which does the same thing, except instead of searching for a specific card, you just draw 2, which can be bad, but in all honesty, it's not terrible. Also, they can still play Pot of Duality and the like, and just lock your opponent out of the game. Similar to Eldritch, just a little bit weaker. However, they have a better time going second than most other decks. So, yeah, there's that. And that's the list. I'm not going to really talk about anything else because that would take too long. But I was told... Why did I have a Gladbeast PNG? I was told that there was a ban list for the new event coming soon. So let's check out the... Oh, let's check out... Is there a ban list? Let me... Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Did they change anything? Forbidden Unlimited. Forbidden Unlimited. Oh, well, that's interesting. Ah, yes, the Unlimited. Oh, yeah. Nothing, except for the Forbidden cards, because you can't craft them. Curse you, Konami! Okay, here we go. This is the better way to do this. So new event, pretty much non-fusion and non-link. Yeah. Eater of Millions is banned. Dragon Buster Destruction Sword is banned. Cleefort Scout is banned. Why did they not just ban towers? Holy crap! Wait, there's so much crap that's banned. TG Librarian is banned. Prospe, Extrav, Duality. They said, F your Flunder. They said, we don't like you, Flunder. Holy crap, this is a huge list, by the way. So on top of all Fusion, Link, and previously banned cards, we also have all of these. Lots of, like, stun cards. This is actually a really solid list. Yeah, all of the barrier statues. This piece of garbage. Why does this card exist? Why does this card exist? Why? Who said this card should exist? Same with this one. Guru! Guru banned! Guru banned! Let's go. The Wandering Griffin Rider, Eldritch, a bunch of the Time Lords are just straight up banned because F them. Me and my homies hate them. Oh my gosh, they banned Dynamite Knight. They banned Block Dragon! No! Oh, they banned Full as well. Holy crap. They murdered everything. They really said no. No, you don't get to play the game. They said if you are not Synchro or Xyz summoning, specifically not Hyper Librarian, you ain't playing. Ben 10 banned. All of the ultimateness. They banned Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Why? What? What is going on? Look at all the ritual monsters that are on here. Why is Chaos Max on here? Jackpot 7. Can't play an FTK. Nope, not allowed. Soundproof. Neither player can special summon a synchro until the end of the phase, until the opponent's next end phase. Hilarious. Cauldron of the Old Man. Get it out of here. Oh my dear Lanta. I don't see True Draco. Literally best card in True Draco. What are you talking about? Also, like, they banned Card of Demise, Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Prosperity, Pot of Duality. Like, they definitely hit True Draco. Kaiser Coliseum! This card should just be banned. I hate this card. It's so bad. Skill Drain! Let's go! All of the flood... They said, fuck your Floodgate. Konami said, F your Floodgate. We don't like your Floodgate in particular. They even hit Stygian Dirge! No! Oh my gosh! Holy crap. Can we just have this list? This list is hilarious. I just want this for, like, regular play. It's just funny. It'd be terrible. It'd be so bad, but it'd be so funny. Dimensional Barrier. No! They're not playing around this time. Yeah, seriously. They even hit Monarch's Erupt. And the ban played on. That's right. The band played on. Why is Bigfoot banned? Oh. So that you don't play 8-axis? They banned Protoss. And Eschatos. Insane. And why is Zephyrath banned? What is going on? What extra deck monsters are banned? I think the only one that's... it's everything but... So it's Fusion and Lynx. That are banned. And then, obviously, TG Hyper Librarian. Besides the normal stuff. They don't want Luna Kaiju, I guess. I guess. They banned Jet. Or, sorry, Limited Jet. Limited Eaglin. Limited Robina. They really said, fuck your Flunder. Limited Magnificent Map. They limited Spell Power Mastery. No! Pendulum, best deck. They also limited Junk Converter. That is so hilarious. Oh my gosh. No, I can't even play my Synchron deck. Bruh. You know what's still available? They didn't ban Zeus. You know what's still available? You know what's still available under these rules? You know what's still available? We gotta check out the loaner decks. I don't think I have a deck that's... That's right, baby. That's right. Zeus is still available. That's right, Zeus! I'm just gonna play... I'm just gonna play Zodiac. Just play Zodiac. There you go. That's so funny. 1900 gems, that's it. 20 packs. Quillball Hedgehog, mate, let's go. Let's go. All right, here are the loaner decks. You know what, we'll check it out in Master Duel. I think that's a better option. What are the loaner decks? Let's check it out. So we've got intersection of two colors, which is Pendulum Magician Shenanigans. Okay, interesting. Zeus Turbo, let's go. Let's go Ghost Trick. Ghost Trick without the Link Monster, let's go. Definitely playing Madolche. If it murders in these kind of events, yeah. Madolche would be pretty good. We still play Unicorn plus Necroz Trish. Yup. 1900 gems is quite bad. Yep. Well, I mean, it doesn't have Electrolyte, so pretty bad. Double Imperm, double Called By, Lightning Storm, Feather Duster. Oh, feels good. It's some actual deck building. This is actually a pretty mediocre list, but, like, Dear Lanta, at least we got some good cards in here. At least we got some good cards in here. Why are we not maxing out on Duelist Alliance? Or like Pendulum Call? What is going on here? Why are we playing Pendulum whatever. Like, whatever. Whatever, dude. Jolly Ghost Trick. Okay, this looks like crap. Because we're playing more than one Ghost Trick card. Just saying. 6 MLI Trishulate still works. Let's go. I got my Necroz deck ready. We can play Exo Sister. Ah, yes, Exo Sister. Definitely gonna be doing that. And this is just Sword Soul. This is just Sword Soul. This is like full power Sword Soul. wait, it's just Sword Soul. I love it. Oh, this is amazing. I've seen madmen that play either 2 to 3 main deck Ghost Trick. Yep, exactly. Rongo Bongo Turbo, let's go! This is just Sword Soul without the 10Es. Ah, yes, full power Sword Soul. I mean, it basically is. Except with, like, more crap traps. Like Sword Soul Assessment. And Strife. I mean, we're missing the 10Es, sure, but, like... It's triple Moye, triple Longmont, triple Taya, triple Ecclesia. Like, what more could you want, right? What more could you want? It's not full power because there's no 10E cards. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Wow, that's crazy. They died of 1 disruption. Not packing enough hand traps. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright. Those were awesome. Holy crap. That ban list is... it's something else. It really is. They really said just no. No to everything. They even banned Time Maiden. They banned Time Maiden and like 4 other Time Lord cards as well. Yeah. They banned Maximus? Wait, did they ban Ecclesia? They did! No! Depression. Or Monarchs, or the other non-extra deck. Terror hit, yeah. Sword Soul VW best decks. Yep. I mean, the whole point of this is like, hey, we just brought out new Sword Soul cards. Let's have everyone play Sword Soul, right? Because, like, I mean, if we go to this, right? We got the Vampires. And we've got the Sword Soul. And then I guess technically like Ghost Trick as well. So it's like, hey, play these decks that we have crafted. Don't know why they didn't do like Synchro and Fusion or something like that. That would have made more sense, but Synchro exists, sure. Really hope a lot of PK decks are going around so I can block graveyards like crazy. I doubt anyone is going to be playing. I highly doubt PK will ever be played in this event. Just due to the fact that, like... Where's my PK list? Like, if we look at PK, right? No, that's fine. If we look at PK, right? Like, look at how many Link monsters you're playing. Oh, you're gonna play Xyz now? Yeah, sure. Okay. When is the GOAT event? Never. Suffer. That is a good question. I really wish that we could know. Oh, I can't add a forbidden card. No. I really should revisit this. It looks unironically good. What looks unironically good? The new Arc Rebellion card that just came out. I have no idea. I haven't read it. I'll check it out. Synchro will be the main deck in this event, in this festival, of course, because Sword Soul exists. What is this card? It's a rank 7. Oh dear. Pendulum effect. What's opportunity? You can special summon this card from your Pendulum zone. This special summon from your extra deck, a Rebellion or Phantom Knight's monster. Using this card as material. This is treated as an Xyz summon. You can, then you can attach one card from your Pendulum zone to it as material. Okay. You can also exile this on top of a Rebellion. Exile you control, I figured. If you can pendulum summon level 7, you can pendulum summon this face-up card from your extra deck. This card that was Exile summoned using a rank 7 Exile monster as material, make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. You can only special summon it once per turn. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Not gonna lie. It's like a mediocre, no protection OTK option. And that's it. Like, I guess it's not bad because you could rank it on top of the guy that, like, negates all of the face-up monster effects. So, like, if you do that, like, and then just slap this guy on, it's not bad, but, like, it's not crazy. It's only good for the going second option. And you basically have to expend your opponent's resources anyway in order to get that combo out as well. And then that guy's just huge anyway. So you just punch in with that guy. Just this guy kind of just doesn't do anything. His job is already taken up by the other... Odd Eyes Pendulum. Dark Rebellion. Yeah, that one. The new event will be Zeus Baron Turbo, indeed. Why not first turn? What is he doing first turn? That's my question. What is he going to do first turn? He can make 3 attacks, right? If this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you place him in the pendulum zone. So he's just a 3,000 attack point body? That does nothing? He just sits on field. I guess he kind of floats into your pendulum zone, which means you have to have your pendulum zone clear. Which means that you're not pendulum summoning. So it's like, it's just kind of like, it doesn't really do anything other than like kind of float. Like at least with Despia Queritus, if you go for him first, you can basically blank a battle phase, potentially, as well as he floats from deck on like removal. I can run MathMech to OTK super fast games to speedrun this event. I think you can also still do the Benkai OTK. Am I wrong? Do they, like, limit any, like, Benkai cards? Yo, you know what? Benkai OTK Turbo. Let's go! Hippo Carnival. Hilarious. Relay Soul. What is this? Your opponent wins the duel! Why is this a card? It's fine. That's a card. What are all of these cards that are banned? Why does this card exist? It's for the anime, now that I think about it. Is Sword Soul Loner good? Yes. Benkai OTK is too janky for me. It's interesting when it gets you, but it needs a lot of pieces. Yeah. What do you mean, win? You need the pots for Benkai OTK? Do you? Do you really? I mean, we still have access to Pot of Desire. But yeah, we are missing some draw cards, which does suck. And but the thing is, like, there are so many draw cards that are currently available in Master Duel. Like, let's go to... Is there a way to, like, check effects? No, there isn't. Dang. Dang! Never mind. I was gonna try and check cards that, like, drew cards. But there's still, like, a ton. Like, there's Into the Void, there's Chicken Game, there's Upstart Goblin. So it's still something that could potentially work. It just gets more expensive. You could type keywords. Yeah, I mean... Okay, yeah, let me just type in draw. Yeah, that doesn't really help. Because, like, everything draws cards. Crooked Cook Exodia stall time. Then do spells. Yo, Ingage! Yeah, again, it's like... Yeah, there's still technically a lot. Jar of Greed time. The fact that they made a Ghost Trick Loner but didn't give us Festival, it's... You know Festival is a link, right? And this is a Synchro XZ festival? How would they do that? Just break the rules. Just put it in there. That's what I mean. Well, I mean, okay, Ghost Tricks are mostly an XZ deck, though, right? So it's like, it makes sense that they would take away Festival. Because, I mean, like, when you look at Sword Soul, right, most of it's Sword Soul Tenyi, which means that a lot of it requires links as well. So, you could look at, like, I don't know. Vampires, right? They got new support, so why are they? I don't know. Festival is a field spell, right? Of course. What's a janky XZ deck I can play? Evil Swarm, exactly. Tellers can make Rongo. So can like quite a few decks, surprisingly. I don't know why Rongo Bongo still exists. That to me seems a bit silly. Am I wrong? All right, we're gonna make a deck. We're gonna make a deck for this festival. We're gonna make 2 decks, actually. I'm gonna make a new one. Hold on. We're gonna copy this one. Copy deck. Edit deck. Deep Sea King Synchro and XZ in 1. Ah, yes. Alright. Is that it? Oh, we gotta get rid of this card. Alright. So. Do we just play like Pot of Desires? That seems like a nightmare. That seems like a terrible idea. More Ash. That's it. Just throw in more Ash Blossom. Just wait for the combo. Like I throw in Nibiru. Oh, I accidentally ended up. Oh, no. There we go. Yes. Okay, now what Synchro are we throwing in? Doesn't Ash need a ban? What? What? Why? Why? What? That's nonsensical, but sure. Yeah, totally. Uh-huh. Well, maybe I should play Droplet. Maybe I should actually play one of these. Maybe I should play another one of these, yeah. Yeah. My most favorite time of day? Ah, yes. 3:49, my favorite time of day. Or whatever time it is for you. Oh, I was looking at synchros. What kind of synchros we got? Just play a random XZ monster. That'd be funny. Ready Rose! Wait, can I make this? Ah, it requires a war monster. Do. Hold on. Someone's asking what food I want. Okay. Sorry about that. Ah, 5:49. Ah, yes. My favorite. Ah, 12:49 a.m. That makes more sense. The best time of day. I don't know if I can make the Math Mech boss. At Stardust Trail. No. It requires a worm. This guy doesn't, for some reason. I probably want another 5. You can banish this card from graveyard, then target a Rose Dragon, or Dragon Synchro Monster in graveyard, special summon it. I probably want to go for this one, don't I? Yeah. Just throw this one in there. We might make a list that goes into, like, the like, Stardust Synchro, like, this guy. Shooting Majestic Star Dragon. But alas, I don't want to... Look, I already have to combo into infinity with Synchron. It takes, like, 6 years anyway. I don't want to be that, you know, that guy who's comboing even more so to infinity. Alright. Let's get rid of all the Tenyi stuff. Griffin Rider, fine. We'll get rid of... yeah, we'll get rid of the adventure stuff. Oh, we can't play DPE either. No. No. An error has occurred. The level 10 water synchro? What's that one? Huh? Level 10 water synchro. Oh, nope, not what I wanted. Wanted to do the other way. I feel like I want triple Draconide. Am I wrong? F it, triple Draconide. F it, triple. Triple. What other Zodiacs we have? I hate Synchron in the Synchro. For that exact reason. It takes forever. Yeah. I enjoy the combo, but yeah, I can totally do it. I can totally understand. It'll be hard without Librarian. That's not entirely true. Librarian helped, but the only reason that it really helped is because, like, you inevitably drew into, like, the Monster Reborn, and then you just, like, Monster Reborn something. But other than that, you could still do a whole lot. Zodiac Lyralisk? Yeah, I could do that. Don't know if it's worth it. Synchrons, it depends on how much you like the Synchrons, as well as the Synchro archetype type thing. So, it's up to you. I'm gonna play a Kata Roost, play more of this, play a Bunny Blast. We're basically just playing Zeus! And a million hand traps. You definitely take that out. I don't even know if I need Foolish. Now that I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to think what else we could play with this. Cat! Level 3 or lower. These are all 4s, aren't they? No, they are. My main Synchro deck is Draconids, so that's probably what I'll play. Nice. Redoer and Zeus. Somehow this festival will be dominated by stun. Rapier is banned. It's banned in Master Duel. Definitely the second Nibiru. Definitely. Of course. F it. Throwing all of this crap. Should probably play multiple Kata Roosts, yeah? Yeah. Yeah? Oh, UDF, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I think someone said that and I just wasn't playing. I just wasn't, yeah. Literally as soon as I thought about it, they also thought about it. Where is... What? Where'd he go? What? What the fuck? Big Eye! Big Eye. There he is. There he is. Do 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 do. I need my normals, but we can go with like kaijus and the like. What kind of kaijus do I even have? Kaijus, yes. I guess Gustos. Constellars and Gustos. Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe Wolfbark? I don't think Wolfbark works. Just saying. Book of Moon. Yes, Book of Moon. There you go. There you go, Book of Moon. Book of Moon. This card's currently limited to 2. Whoops. I forgot that. Just random limitations, you know? I feel like I want more extenders. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Droll. F it. Droll. Maybe I just play like traps, actually. Instead of like actual hand traps, I just play like actual traps. Thoughts? Prayers? Copium? Judgment. The singular judgment. Token collector? Token collector wouldn't be bad. Let's see what kind of traps we have. Ah, Dimensional Barrier is banned. I was gonna play that. I'm not gonna lie. Evenly Mad! Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, no. No, I need to make Zeus. I need to make Zeus. Ice Dragon's Prison. Adventure has the Griffin Rider band. There's no Lynx who is playing tokens. Sword Soul. Gravediggers? No. Yo, drop off! Ah, Ring of Destruction. That's what I should play. It's funny. Nah, in all reality, I don't think the traps are worth it. I think I'm gonna take out a DD Crow and a Droll, and we'll play a token collector. Where? Up! I just saw it. There we go. 2 token collectors. There you go. This deck is 5. I'm literally missing a card in the extra. What kind of Xyz we got? What kind of Xyz can we play? Oh, if only we could make another Zeus. That'd be amazing. Could you imagine? Just more Zeus. The bee. Oh, true. What is it? Vespinata? Nope. Vespinata. Yeah, I just spelled it wrong. Redoer? No. What? Why would I say... Why Redoer? What is Redoer doing here? Ah, yes, Redoer in my Zodiac deck. Totally helpful. Yeah, we'll do Vespinata. That card's crazy. I mean, it's okay. You're like, Redoer! Redoer! Like, huh? What's Redoer doing here? Also, I don't even have it, but still. We might play like a Lyrilisk version of this as well. We'll see. We'll see how fun the event is first. We got 2 decks. Let's go. 2 decks for the event. I'm tempted to see if I can somehow make a Red Eyes Tax Dragon deck for this festival. Oh no. Oh no. Red Eyes Tax Dragon, my favorite. Alright. Well, we did the tier list. I kind of don't have anything else of note. New structure deck. Let's go. I'm sad that we don't know what's actually in the new structure deck. Besides, I think what we know is that there are 4 URs, and one of them is not Blue Boy. Which means that this structure deck is absolute trash if it doesn't have Blue Boy. Which is kind of depressing. But other than that, yeah. I think I'm going to call the stream there. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.